From Baxter's 942 in the Highlands of Louisville, Kentucky, this is Shooting from the Lip Live. I'm Eric McEwen. Right across from me is Mr. Kevin Hale. How are you, buddy?
Hey, it has been, when was the last time we saw each other? Friday night?
I saw you Friday.
Friday night, gigging. You doing the Rockadelic thing Friday night.
That was fun.
It was a fun night.
Yeah.
Had a good night.
Good times. But on a more important note, on a lighter note, happy birthday.
Yesterday was my birthday, yes.
Yeah.
4/23.
4/23.
Yeah, April 23rd. Today we're doing this on Tuesday the 24th. Yeah, another year, another number.
Another crazy year.
Another crazy year.
Yeah.
You've been, this past year, it's safe to say you were kind of a major player with me. And no, I'm being serious.
We don't need the sappy.
No sappy. I wasn't gonna put Celine Dion in the background, but now I will.
It costs way too much money. Yeah. I think in the past year, last year was a milestone birthday for you, and I thought about you on your birthday, and last year that was on your birthday last year. That was fun.
Yeah, good night.
So we have Heather brought us a shot for our opening segment here. Yeah, it's the first shot
of the night,
and let's dedicate it to your birthday.
I appreciate it.
And this time we know what it is ahead of time.
We do, which I've never heard of.
This is perfectly layered from Heather here at Baxter's 942. This is called a duck fart.
Duck fart. We'll drink it, and then you're going to share what's in it.
That's why they call it a duck fart.
Good God.
So, the original recipe for a duck fart is Kahlua, Bailey's, and Canadian whiskey, Crown Royal.
The whiskey is.
She decided to put bourbon in it, which I'm not mad at all.
Say, have we? I don't think.
God, what?
This aftertaste.
But anyway. So, the first segment, and in Lip Nation, we were talking earlier. We're getting to a point now, and we really want to thank all of you guys for your support of the show. We're blown away by the number of views and downloads and listens and likes that we're doing. Help us out. We're closing in on 2,200 likes on our Facebook page, right, which is where most of y'all see what's going on here. Mm-hmm. Share it with your friends if you would.
Yeah, because we know a lot of y'all have friends.
We're also getting to a point now where we've been approached by companies. We've been approached from people who want to be a part of it and want to help. And, with our costs here in this show.
We have overhead.
Oh, dude. There's definitely overhead. And this, even though it is a labor of love for us,
to walk a mile in our shoes.
But we also want to improve the quality of the show. We wanted to improve the production as much for you guys as we do. We want to see it be better, and as far as the medium for you all to see it, we're incurring more costs, and I think that we're getting aggressive with what we need to do, but boy, it costs a lot of money.
We're not half-assing it.
Oh, sure. No. I mean, even right now, we're not half-assing it, but can we make it better?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and we want to, and we want to make this something that you're going to be excited about. We also ask you, Lip Nation, show up. We're at Baxter's every Tuesday for the foreseeable future. In case something changes, show up. There are, if you can't see right now, Facebook, there are chairs lined up for you. Normally, in about the middle of the show, we have anywhere between, dozen, 20 people here just hanging out.
Well, it's going to be a fun night because let me go on and throw out our scheduled guests. First segment, Bart Conley will be coming on, and he'll be talking about his Jill's Wish event that's happening this coming Saturday. April 28th at Captain's Quarters. It's the Jill Wish Derby Cocktail Party. Segment 2, Scott Cook will join us.
Oh, Sky.
2-Pump Chump. He's going to come in and talk about the Jefferson Tarc Bus Rockin' Derby Party at Mercury Ballroom.
That's going to be fun.
That's good because it's got, obviously, Jefferson Tarc Bus,
The Ass
2-Pump
Haulers.
Chump, and the Ass Haulers, right?
Yeah.
Stephen O'Reilly, who is a local musician, drummer for Gas Money, right?
Yeah, right now playing for Gas Money, killing it.
He has a cool podcast called the Bar Star Podcast, the BS Podcast. He's going to come on and we're going to shoot the shit with him. Talk some podcast to podcast. Mano y mano.
All right. You're not going to get all butthurt like you did with Zach, are you?
No, Zach.
Now, you can look back, Lip Nation, at some of our past shows, and I think there was a time there.
Just because Zach stole my idea. Anyways, around 9:30, Jim Reskin's going to come on and talk about the Muse Cruise,
yeah.
which is next Tuesday.
This is the second one that they've done.
Yeah, this will be the second one.
Or second one that they're going to do.
Derby week,
right?
Tuesday on the water, so it's the two on the Bell, right?
Yeah, it's on the Bell. Yeah.
And Kevin Cummings, Lauren Eid will conclude our show segments.
There's another birthday.
Yeah, today, Lauren Eid.
Lauren's birthday.
Lauren's birthday. She is the. We'll be playing with Kevin Cummings tonight.
Nice.
Kevin Cummings gig. So. Heavy show. We're gonna. Let's take a quick break.
Yeah, we got a lot to cover tonight. I'm looking forward to it.
Bart Conley will be on very shortly.
All right, we'll be back momentarily. Shooting from the Lip live. From Baxter's 942 in the Highlands of Louisville, Kentucky, this is Shooting from the Lip Live. I'm Eric McEwen and Kevin Hale right across from me. In this segment, we have something that is, a little near and dear during Derby. Tell me about our next guest.
Bart Conley is here to promote Jill's Wish. Jill is his ex-wife. That's his wife. Let's keep it that way. In her honor. And we'll let Bart share the story with Jill. There's an event coming up this Saturday, April 28th at Captain's Quarters. It's the Jill's Wish Derby Cocktail Party. Mr. Bart Conley, welcome to our show.
Well, thanks for having me, dude. I'm super excited. I did the same thing with Jill. You use the term ex-wife because you don't know the terminology, so don't feel bad about that. That's all good. Jill and I got married about 10 years ago, and 6 months in, we found out that she had breast cancer. We just had moved to Louisville. That's the last thing on your mind. I didn't go to the doctor with her, so I didn't even expect it to be cancer. You think, maybe my grandparents or something like that, but it didn't even hit home. She went through all kind of treatments, the chemo, the radiation, surgeries. In the middle of all that, she did a documentary called The Light That Shines that went viral and landed us on the Today Show several different times.
For real?
Yeah. We were streaming on Yahoo, People Magazine. So we thought,
this is a downgrade to come on our show.
Oh, come on now.
Please continue.
But we thought, what can we do with this? I mean, all this, amidst all this horror of the cancer, was this opportunity and this very exciting time for Jill and I. What can we do? And we thought, why don't we start a foundation to help families going through the same thing we did financially? Because, I had to take time off work. She had to quit work entirely to go to her treatments. And she had, if there was a side effect, she had it. So it really, really hit us hard financially. So we decided to start a foundation that directly helps the patients. We directly pay their bills, their car payments, their electric, anything that they need to survive in the day-to-day living, so they can focus on what they need to focus on, and that's getting better.
Wow. Now Jill's has passed. How long ago was this?
She passed in February of 2016.
Okay.
And when that happened, there's one or two roads you can go down, and I said, I really want to do something positive here. And we had talked about a doing a derby party in the past because, we're here in Louisville. Obviously, that seems to, we had a golf outing, we had a Christmas party up in Cincinnati, and we thought, why don't we do it? Let's get this derby party going. And we had 2 months to work with by the time we decided to do it. And we headed over at Bowman Airfield, and it ended up being our best event to date. And we were, basically just throwing everything we can. And, the generosity around town, they had covered her story in the Courier Journal for 5 years. And, just the way people reach out, the sponsorships, because you can't do these events without that. Mm-hmm. And we've helped 150 families so far, and we give out $1,500 grants. So we've given out over $225,000, and it's basically just through these events. And that's we haven't had any major funding outside of these. So this is why it's so important for us to get good attendance at these at our events.
Now, how many events are you doing each year? What's the plan?
Well, it's getting bigger each year. We're trying to. Her story is a national story, and we actually help families both locally and nationally. Okay. But we have the golf outing here. We've had the 5K here. We have obviously the Derby party. We have a Christmas party up in Cincinnati, and what's
the significance of Cincinnati?
That's my hometown. Yeah. So a lot of great friends there that really help us out there as well. And last year we did our first ever event up in Jill's hometown of Plymouth, Michigan. So right outside of Detroit, and it was a big success. For year one, you never know what to expect at any of your events, and we were very pleased. So we're going to follow up and do that again. We had another event up in Miamisburg, Ohio, just outside of Dayton, and it was a good success. So we're going to follow up and do that again sometime this summer. So we got, we're trying to do all these things with, and it takes the volunteers and the generosity of many people to make it happen, because it isn't easy putting these events on. I mean, I'll tell you that right now.
No, go ahead.
I mean, I'm looking at, and everybody can find it. We're going to share this event on Shooting from the Lips page right now. From that event, you can go to where you can purchase tickets ahead of time, and man, this is great. I mean, you're getting some amazing. You're getting 3 of the biggest acts in town with Lincoln Bridge, Marissa McKay, and Soul Circus. Mm-hmm. On top of that, it's a buffet. You got beer and wine.
Food included, beer, wine, champagne, a specialty drink from Ballatin. It's called the Mint Julep.
I love
a little
Ballatin,
tagline with Julep.
We're going to talk about Ballatin. Great whiskey. Their chocolate turtle whiskey is really good.
Not this duck poop thing.
I can't believe I missed out on that one.
We'll hook you up.
So, I mean, the tickets are reasonable here for what you do, and then all the sponsorship. And I want to challenge the Lip Nation here is to check out as far as the sponsorship opportunities that you get. I mean, the different levels of it are all very compelling for any business to get involved. Absolutely, these packages are great, and you guys are doing it right.
Yeah, I mean, we've been blessed with, Anthem's been a big sponsor of ours. They're our title sponsor. We got UPS. We have several other, I hate to leave anybody out, but we have that all over our social media. And we want everybody to know how important they are to us, because, like I said, it's a financial, you got to put a lot of time and money into these events, and they really help us get through that so we can really have a successful time doing it.
Now, this isn't necessarily a black tie event, but I mean, if you're don't be a schlub.
Yeah, I mean, we people like to dress up. It's derby time, so we got a lot of people dressed. I mean, like I said, it's not required, but most people do get dressed up in their derby finest.
And this is something that is it's outdoors as well. I mean, everybody knows captain's quarters,
right?
And so kind of looks like, are you taking over the whole place, or what's going on?
All the outside bar, everything out when you walk out of the door to the left, they'll be out there. So it's going to be a very cool.
That's
cool. We've had it at the hangar over at Bowman, but Andrew Masterson reached out and said that we could have it there, and it's a true blessing. I just went out there the other day. Just sitting there is a good time. I mean, without
so much history.
We'll have it decked out and everything, but having the river right there, it's just such a cool venue.
And this is the third year, right?
Yeah, this is our third year, and like I said, we want people to get signed up immediately. We want to really knock your socks off. We have so many good auction items. We actually got to meet the Ali family. Lonnie Ali reached out. This is a pretty cool story. She reached out because she had followed Jill's story in the Courier Journal and invited us down to the Ali Center and cleared out the room so we could directly meet Muhammad. And then, we get invited. He gets the 50-year Icon Award for Sports Illustrated, so we get invited, and there's like 150 people invited. So we're like, what in the heck are we doing here? So we're trying to find our way to the seats, and sure enough, we're sitting right there at the center table with the Ali family, and down next to Jill plops Shaquille O'Neal. We played it cool, but once we got in the car, we're like, can you believe that? We got Muhammad Ali and Shaquille O'Neal at the same table.
Now, I'm curious, how tall is your wife? Just to imagine the difference between
5'9".
So she actually, that's tall, actually.
Yeah, he was super. He was super fun. It was a good night.
I
was trying to come up with my impression. Man, I'll never do it. So we're looking at this Saturday, the 28th. Mm-hmm. Doors are at 6 or 6:30 is what I'm.
6:30 will be like a cocktail hour, and then Lincoln Bridge will play shortly after that. We got Gene Kruger, who is a Triple Crown jockey on Seattle Slew, is going to be there, and. They came last year and they had a great time. So he's very generous man, and he's going to give everybody some photo ops as well. John Ramsey's going to be our MC. It's going to be a great night. We got a lot of surprises too, so it's going to be worth your time.
Have you heard Ramsey's Ali impression?
Oh yeah.
I mean,
spot on.
Absolutely. So this Saturday at Captain's Quarters, have we shared the event yet? Can we do that right now?
We'll get it.
You can get your tickets ahead of time. Through the LouisvilleTickets.com, but the link is on the event page for the Jill's Wish Party Derby Party this Saturday at Captain's Quarters. Doors at 6 o'clock. Many sponsorship opportunities available. Definitely some of Louisville and the region's best talent all together, as well as food and cocktails. You can't beat that.
You got a Sean Wallace sighting coming up this weekend.
Oh, yeah, there you go. You can check him out.
We're going to try to get him on the grill as well when he's out there.
Oh, that dude can cook.
Yeah, he can.
He can cook on the stage and on the grill.
Oh.
Yeah.
No, double threat guy. Let's give some kudos because Erik's the musician in town. I'm we say it all the time. When it comes to these types of events, the music community here, Erik, once again, just steps up and brings it
every time. This is Louisville, and we're known for having amazing talent and such a giving personality, giving demeanor among everybody collectively, and right here once again. Last week we had an incredible event for Mid Noah's Heart, and then this coming up week we have musicians stepping up once again. For the Jill's Wish Foundation Derby Party at Captain's Quarters this Saturday, April 28th. We want to make sure everybody in Lip Nation knows where they can go to find the tickets, find all of the links to all the musicians involved as far as corporate sponsorships, and then the tickets. Man, this looks like fun, man. I got to go. I got a gig that night.
You got a gig that night.
That night. Maybe I can swing by early. Anything else you want to throw in there?
No, like I said, it's everybody is pleasantly surprised when they come to the event for the first time. Everybody that came last year just talking about it. I always try to make all the events Jill worthy, I say. So
nice.
All the bells and whistles. One last thing I did want to say, the documentary, if you get a chance just to kind of see a little bit about what Jill's about, it's called The Light That Shines, and you can go to our website at jillswish.org to find that, and then you can also get your tickets on that as well.
All right, Bart, thank you so much for stopping by. This is obviously a great cause, and thank you for so much that you're doing for us here in town and nationally. You're really touching a lot of people with your foundation, and thank you so much for what you're doing for all these people that need what you're doing for them. Thank you.
Well, thanks for having me. Like I said, I can't do it without the help of everybody, and you guys letting me come on here and share the story. I greatly appreciate it.
Well, we'll see you next time.
Yeah.
For the fourth annual, I'm sure. We're going to talk about then.
Some of the other ongoing stuff.
Oh, yeah.
He's got.
Please keep in contact with us, and we'll be seeing you soon. And we encourage all of the Lip Nation this Saturday, 6 o'clock at Captain's Quarters, April 28th, Jill's Wish Derby Party featuring Lincoln Bridge, Soul Circus, and our girl, Marissa McKay. This is going to be a great night. We're going to take a really short break. We have some more guests coming up.
Loaded show.
It's loaded.
Great segment, though.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks a lot again, Bart. This is Shooting from the Lip Live. We'll be back momentarily. From Baxter's 942 in the Highlands of Louisville, Kentucky, this is Shooting from the Lip Live. I'm Erik McEwen. Right across from me is Mr. Kevin Hale.
Hey.
And I got an old buddy over here. I'm pretty excited he's here,
so
man.
Cool. He's one of the coolest
man.
cats in town. I love him.
And you got a big gig coming up. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Scott Cook. How are you?
I'm glad to be here, guys.
2 Pump Chump.
Thank you.
This is a guy, whenever I catch one of his gigs, their gigs, so entertaining.
A lot of fun.
Engaging.
A lot of great music.
Oh, stop, man. Come on. No, go keep going.
So, 2 Pump Chump gigs coming up this weekend. I'm trying to find the damn page.
It is the Jefferson Tarc Bus Rock in Derby Party at Mercury Ballroom.
Mercury Ballroom this Saturday.
Another Saturday event that we just promoted.
Well, we're going to be busy.
Yes, and it's a busy weekend.
It's Derby time.
Derby time. It is what it is.
I have to ask, and I think I've asked you before, where did the name come from? And if you tell me it was anybody in the band's nickname in high school, I'm going to be a little upset.
Actually, it came from, I don't know if y'all remember, there was this 80s band. They made one album. They were called Salty Dog.
Okay.
And they had a song called Heave Hard, She Comes Easy.
Wow.
One more time. What was that again?
Heave Hard, She Comes Easy.
All right. I'm jumping on Apple Music now.
And there was a line in the song said, she's going to tell all her ugly girlfriends that you're nothing but a 2-pump chump.
That's a line in the song.
Yes, yeah.
Wow. So, okay. Well, let's see where that came from.
I'm going to have to now go find that song just to hear that.
I'm trying to look
Great
it up
album.
right now.
It's called Every Dog Has Its Day. It's going to album.
So, this Saturday, you're sharing the stage with Jefferson Tarc Bus.
And the Ass Haulers.
And the Ass Haulers. Man, we love the Ass Haulers. The Ass Haulers provide our theme music.
Yeah. Well, they used to, but not anymore.
Thanks for the memo.
Yeah. Stephen Clark got an invite to come out here tonight, but he's like, I don't know what he's doing. Stephen is just a busy man.
He's great.
But anyway.
So anyway, you got to be looking forward to this. I'm looking at the interest just
it's
through
Mercury
the Facebook.
Ballroom, man.
Oh yeah. Load-in's easy. Is right through the back door.
We opened up for Thunderstruck right before Christmas there. So
well, that doesn't suck either.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Time out. We're doing a podcast, our podcast, and the guy who's our next guest, who does his own podcast, keeps coming into the video.
Wait, that guy's your next guest?
He is.
I thought he was like a caddy or something.
Yeah, stay tuned. It's just getting started.
So what's going on in the world of Two Pump right now?
Well, this show coming up is going to be close. We're playing originals because most of the days we play covers now.
Well, and when I met you guys, it was all originals.
All originals. So this show will be mostly all originals.
Really?
So I'm happy because
these are your songs.
I wrote it.
Yeah. So anything new? Anything been going on lately? Anything that we can be looking for right now from Two Pump Chump other than as far as original stuff goes?
Yes, we are working on, should be done this year, I guess an EP, which we're redoing Trailer Park Love. I don't know.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, the first one we did was good, but it was it was analog, I guess. So
no, analog is really good.
Yeah, but I mean, we better players playing, I guess.
Ooh, he said it.
Yeah,
he said
it. Now I remember Trailer Park Love because I was in a band.
Lived it. No.
I was in a band that played a lot of gigs with Two Pump when they were doing original music a lot.
One of my favorite bands.
Would you say that band?
I played in Hash.
Hash, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Love that band.
At It Again, Drinking on Sunday.
Yeah.
That was a great
man. Great album. I still got it.
I love that album.
I love that album.
It is so
and
much.
I miss that band, Tommy and Keith.
Oh man, I miss them.
And Andy. Has anybody found Andy yet?
Nobody. We talk about this every time we see each other. Nobody has found Andy, and I check in with Keith and Tommy about once a year, and give it up for Keith for beating cancer.
Yes, yeah, I've seen that, man. Yeah.
How you beat cancer?
Yeah. He did.
He
man.
did.
Yeah.
So. It was cool. I got to play a gig where they were celebrating his cancer-free ness,
yes,
I guess, if you will. And that was a lot of fun. Didn't get him up to do any, Dirty Road or Slack Jaw or anything like that.
I love that, man.
Oh, dude, that album was so much fun.
I love playing shows with you guys. That was just
it was
so
fun.
much fun.
I mean, I only played the last year with Hash, but I mean, man, it was a lot of fun.
Do you guys go back? It kind of gives an idea on
how 08?
08 is when I met you.
Yeah.
08.
Yeah.
Expo 5 was it?
Might have been one of those really crappy gigs that we played.
Expo 5, I think it was
Expo 5 was a crappy gig. We played the old Uncle Pleasance.
Yeah, Uncle Pleasance.
No Toy Tiger or anything like that.
No. There's a funny story. How many shows was it? It was Hash, Two Pump, and Boozer.
Boozer or Hardline.
Hardline was there a lot.
Yeah.
And no, we did that. We were at that Skid Row thing.
Yeah, that's it. It was Skid Row and Bullet Boys.
Yeah. And they got in a fight in the green room.
Did they really?
No, you weren't there for that?
No, man.
Yeah, it's crazy. Keith came out and but there was one time. I'm not going to put anybody on the spot, and this isn't Scott. We're all three bands were playing at Zanzibar, not Zanzibar, Uncle Pleasance. Sorry.
Yeah.
And somebody in one of the bands gave the owner passed a substance, a smoking substance, passed a joint to the owner of Uncle Pleasance.
Say it.
God, I keep forgetting. And
the FCC doesn't restrict us here. Right?
So she hit it a couple times and left the bar.
Oh yeah.
She left us there, and she's like, "I gotta go home." So if somebody can find Andy Law, that'd be great. We'd love to have him on the show and talk about it.
God, he was so funny.
Oh,
man.
dude, what a great guitar player, too. But anyway, enough reminiscing. You've got some big stuff coming up, and definitely this Saturday at
Greg on Thank.
At Mercury.
Love me some Scott.
Oh, hey, love me some Greg, man. Love Greg.
Oh, thanks for listening to us.
Yeah.
He's the former co-host of this show. Are we slurring it?
Oh, God. So anyway, so you got the EP coming up this year, Two Pump Chump, redoing Trailer Park Love. You have any gigs coming up? Last time I saw you were at TK's. That was a fun night.
Yeah. So right now we're just we're playing Mercury Ballroom Saturday. And then we got the Ott's Tavern.
How is that place? Have you been there yet?
You know what?
It's
Go ahead.
it's like
It's small.
Tulane.
Yeah.
okay, well, Tulane's
But, you
fun.
know, Soul Circus has played there a
Yeah.
couple times, and I've heard it's a small venue, and I'm trying to imagine someone like, well, you guys or Soul Circus actually playing there because it's just
It's small.
It is very small, but I guess they're pulling it off.
Nice.
Lively, Shively coming.
Definitely. All right, cool. So when are y'all at Ott's?
Oh, June 8th. And,
June 8th?
And then we're
Well,
playing.
June 8th, you'll probably be on this show before
Yeah.
that.
And then June 23rd, we're playing Diamonds,
Which one?
the one on close to here.
Barrett?
Barrett, yeah.
The Diamond Pub and Beers, Barrett Avenue.
Barrett, okay. For that benefit, Frank.
Frank.
His heroin.
I
I always say benefit for heroin. It's not a benefit for heroin. It's a heroin benefit, but no, it's not a heroin benefit. It's a
benefit for heroin.
it's
I love Scott.
it's an anti-heroin
There
benefit.
we
There we go.
No, the benefit for heroin.
It's a benefit.
So-
a lot of red flags came up.
Anybody else that you know that's on the bill for that show?
No, not off the top of my head.
Okay, well, as long as two pump chumps there, I mean, everybody's going to be okay with it. All right, Scott, anything else that you got other than this Saturday at Mercury
curious.
Ballroom? Oh, hang on, Kevin. I'm plugging their gig, dude. This Saturday at Mercury Ballroom, along with the Ass Hollers and Jefferson Tarc Bus, is the Jefferson Tarc Bus Rockin' Derby Party at Mercury Ballroom. Doors are at 8.
8. No, 7.
7 doors
7.
open at 7.
Asshole's going at 8.
As Holler said.
Huh. Well, they need to fix their
You need to stop
event.
We're banging on the table, Eric.
Sorry.
It's like a 4.3 tremor.
I'll bang you on the table, motherfucker.
Really?
How about that?
Brokeback style.
So you should have
See
taken
what
that last shot.
look what you have done to us.
Yeah, no,
We don't-
I bring the gay out in people.
That's a 2-pump chump for you.
You pump.
All right.
I wasn't gay before till I met you, Scott.
Scott, thank you so much for showing
thank
up.
you guys
We're
for
going to be
having us.
seeing you at the Mercury Ballroom this Saturday. Doors at 7 because the Ass Hollers go on at 8.
8.
You asshole. And then we're going to be, the Ass
You're
Hollers.
coming on after the ass.
Yeah, we go on at 8:45. That's what I'm being told.
And then Jefferson Tarc Bus.
Yes. Which, real quick, the lineup for
Why are you squeaky right now?
Squeaky?
Yeah, you're a little squeaky. Okay. Anyway, go ahead. There you go.
The lineup for Jefferson Tarc Bus. This is like, tell me about the lineup that's going on. Because Ronnie Watchmaker's part of it.
Ronnie Watchmaker on guitar, Chico, Dave Moody, Steve Clark.
Steve Clark.
Yeah.
So,
Sounds great.
Yeah.
I'm there.
are you?
Well, I mean, I have a gig, but I'll get there when I get there.
Ronnie, reminder, you've got 2 tickets for me.
Okay. All right, Ronnie Watchmaker, there you go. Get tickets for Kevin Hale. He's using the power of the waves.
Hey, if you need, I got two. If you need,
There you go.
RSVP'd them.
All right, can we wrap this segment now?
I don't. Does he have anything else to talk about?
No, he doesn't.
I have one thing. Just
So he
let
does-
everybody know I'm not pregnant.
Okay.
You're not.
I'm pregnant. Okay.
No.
I'm good to go.
Well, you're off the hook, Kevin.
So that's not that bump we're seeing is not. Oh,
No.
that's a little.
No, it's
That bump is not.
yeah.
All right. So, Kevin, you are not the father, and this is not Shooting from the Lip live at Baxter's 942. We're going to take a short break, and coming up next, Kevin, who do we have?
Some people have, when they saw that our next guest was going to be on the show tonight, I actually got a message like, "You're promoting another podcast on your show?"
Absolutely.
Yeah, we're going to hide. We're going to take him out back and eliminate the competition.
All right, coming up after the break, Mr. Stephen O'Reilly. Looking forward to that. We'll be back momentarily at Baxter's 942 in the Highlands of Louisville, Kentucky. This is Shooting from the Lip live. We'll be back in just a second.
I teased you about hijacking segments. I got a feeling this one's going to hijack our segment. Actually,
I'm not going to hijack
I wonder if
nothing.
we could just. Why can't he just do this segment on his own?
I don't want to do this segment on my own.
from Baxter's 942 in the Highlands of Louisville, Kentucky. This is Shooting from the Lip Live. I'm Eric McEwen. Right across the table from me, Mr. Kevin Hale. This is going to be a great segment, man. This is my buddy right here. To my right, who we have?
We have Mr. Stephen O'Reilly.
Hey, man.
Nope. I'm not here.
Yeah.
No.
Drummer, local musician, drummer, and a podcast host. We have a podcast, another podcast on our podcast.
Is this a reciprocal thing? Like, do we have to go on your show now?
No, I think it should be fair.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. For sure.
We're helping each other out.
Absolutely.
It's all good. I did get,
How much help can we give O'Reilly?
I don't know. I mean, his stuff is good. His shows are good.
Thank you,
Man,
man.
I've listened to it. It's called the Bar Star Podcast.
Yes.
And
It is.
it's a really laid back, from what I know. I mean, is this what you're shooting for? Just like musicians in town that you know and you've played with before? And
Yeah, I've got a few coming up that I've never actually played with that I just know kind of by proxy or from other people. But yeah, most of them are, quote, my friends or
yeah.
close friends. I just did one with Todd, who is considered my best male friend. And
Otto.
Todd O'Mara.
Yep, and we just basically busted each other's balls for 2 hours. It was pretty funny.
2 hours of
Steve-O,
ball
Otto.
busting.
Oh, it was fantastic.
Was there 2 hours worth of podcast there? I mean, or
Oh yeah, the episode I did with him was 2 hours long.
A lot of balls to bust, apparently, in 2 hours.
Yes, yes. That's pretty much all we do. It's pretty
So
funny.
let's talk about that for a second, since we're
Yes.
talking about podcasts.
Yes.
How long have you been doing this now?
I released posted my first episode January 5th or 6th.
year.
Yeah, this year. I just started in January. Because I play drums and I'm not real smart, I had to spend all of last summer trying to figure out how to do all this shit.
Could have reached out to me.
You're a phone call away.
Yeah, we were a phone call away, but I've been guessing the pride thing.
No, honestly, I didn't even think about it. I'm not going to lie to you. I didn't think about reaching out to anybody. I just went, you know what? I've got to figure out how to do this.
Well, good for you, though.
Yeah. And you're doing it. And where can we find it? Where, if that's okay with you, Kevin?
Absolutely.
He gets really upset when other podcasters come on.
Yeah, my panties getting a wad a little bit, but go ahead. Tell your story, Stephen O.
Well,
it.
okay. Well, here's what we'll do. I'll preface my story with, whenever you're ready, you can come on my show. How about that?
This is not about us. This is about you tonight.
Oh no, we'll be about you. We're on your feed. Hi, how you doing? I see it. There's some fingers. I'll always make it about you, Pumpkin.
Okay.
Always. My show is actually it's on Stitcher, iTunes, Podbean, Google Play, iHeart.
Write these down.
You don't have to. He's got a logo with them all on there.
I do, and
I'm envious. I've already stole that. We're not stealing. I'm going to copy it.
I can't even remember where I am on Spotify.
Anywhere you get podcasts, we can
Basically,
find a Bar
yeah,
Star
pretty
podcast.
much.
Right
For the
on.
most part.
Now, is it Spotify? Is that free? Can you go on there for free?
You have to have your RSS feed.
Okay. But you have it? Then
You have to get approved.
Okay,
It
you
took
got
me
approved.
about,
Okay.
I think it took me about 3.5, 4 weeks
How
to get
long did
approved.
you get approved to go on iHeart? Because I submitted my iHeart request, and I haven't heard back yet.
I think iHeart took me a couple weeks. Spotify took me about 3.5, 4 weeks.
Okay. Just checking.
Something like that. iTunes took me a couple
Quick.
weeks.
I mean,
it took me a couple. Well, I'm explicit.
Okay.
I don't.
So you
I don't filter myself at all.
So yeah, and same here. I subscribe to like SoundCloud. I do SoundCloud. So with SoundCloud, it will automatically upload to iTunes.
Right.
Is there like a home?
My home is Podbean.
Is Podbean? Okay.
Yeah, my home is Podbean. I debated between SoundCloud and Podbean, and I ended up getting better analytics and better results from Podbean. So I didn't stay with SoundCloud.
I might have to check it out.
So the
And-
premise of it, what are we looking for when people start when people start listening in? What are they looking for? What are they? Just two guys shooting the shit and having fun, right?
Usually,
saying shooting, and that's our word, Eric.
it's good though. I like it. It is your show. It is your show.
All right, we'll take it.
I warned you about him
You don't have to warn me. I've heard his shows.
Butthurt about podcasts.
I've heard his shows. I wouldn't even call myself a podcaster. I would call myself a hack. I bought a mic and figured out how to do some shit. No, I have a few solo episodes here and there, but most of the time it's just me having conversations with just different musicians in town. It was a way for me to kind of get to know people that I think I know, if that makes any sense. Mm-hmm. I mean, I learned something on every episode with friends. I mean, you were telling me about Dave Moody's episode. Mm-hmm. You listened to that one. Dave and I have known each other for a decade, and I learned shit on that episode I didn't know.
Which is cool, though.
I think it's cool, and he learned stuff about me. Yeah. So it was really cool. He told a really cool story about taking a piss with Charlie Pride.
That would be a cool story.
It was in the Grand Ole Opry. I mean,
wow,
exactly. You can't make that shit up.
That had to be in the Billy Ray Cyrus days,
yeah, it was
right?
when he was with Billy Ray, but it was just cool because it was random, so random.
Yeah. So when you have these guys on, mm-hmm. and these are friends of yours, mm-hmm. how are you able to break out of a shell necessarily? I mean, if that's what it is, do they need to be, some of these guys need to be coaxed out of a shell? Are you pumping them full of bourbon? Are you?
No, but if you come to my house, there is shit tons of coffee. That is
So this is all done at your place?
Yeah.
Yep, okay.
Yep. Well, I can do it at Mom's in my teaching studio as well. It just gets noisy there, but yeah. Right. And soon, hopefully, I don't know if I'll have anything this elaborate, but soon I hopefully will be able to travel. I wouldn't require one of them laptop box thingies, and I don't have. I can't do all that stuff.
You talked about the noise, and we kind of embrace
we love the noise,
the ambiance. Am I saying it right here?
It is ambiance.
What do you mean the noise?
The background, because tonight's quiet, mm-hmm. but usually, and I think a lot of that is because of what's going on later. Lauren Eid's birthday, they're having
right.
Yeah, but usually on a Tuesday night, we'll have several people around and chatter.
No, chatter and ambiance is cool.
Yeah.
What the teaching studio next to mine is another drummer.
So it's just
bang 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 bang. Okay. Yeah, that's annoying. That's not ambiance. That's annoying.
No, that's a good point. That's a good point.
Nobody wants to hear that shit.
One time we did at the levee, someone was, I guess it was tripping roots, Eric, and you actually turned around and was like, chill. You did. You actually had him like, calm down a little bit.
First of all, I would never tell a band that's sound checking to chill. I just told them, I was butthurt about the beer spilled on my laptop.
Well, but we were interviewing his band at the time, so we needed him, because it was loud. But the Levee, I love that place.
I like the Levee. Yeah. Levee's a cool place.
Right. So we have the podcast, and is this a weekly thing? Is this a bi-weekly? How often can we
I post every Wednesday.
Every Wednesday. Yep. So there's a new episode every Wednesday that we can look forward to. New episode every Wednesday,
yep. There's a new one coming out tomorrow.
When do you record it?
Cannot tell you that.
Okay.
All right. That's under the table.
Well, no, the only reason I can't tell you is because sometimes I record a couple weeks in advance. Sometimes I record 4 or 5 days in advance.
Okay.
Yeah. I record all mine in advance. I don't do anything live because I get all tongue-tied and I sound like a jackass. So I need editing to make myself sound half-ass cool.
I can appreciate that.
And we are live.
Yeah. Well, we're live as far as Facebook goes, but when I do the uploads, I have to admit, if I'm babbling, you don't hear Kevin babbling on those uploads. If I have a brain fart and I'm like, there's like, duh.
Oh, absolutely.
That's edited out too.
Man, can you edit it like for my headphones, like coming across the table? Because I would love that.
I'm going to go with no on that one.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm just going to say
there is still something about the live.
Oh, I completely agree, and I like the whole live aspect. I also am. I'm a big fan of peeking behind the curtain. I always have been. I get into weird shit because the behind the scenes stuff fascinates me. Mm-hmm. It was really cool. I got to. I've done a lot of recording and all that kind of stuff, and I'm pretty fortunate. I've busted my ass for the past 30 years, but a few years ago I got to take my wife to a recording session we did down in Nashville when we recorded Kevin Mercury's Avant-Garde Dog record, and she got to see how it really works and to see her eyeballs just open like saucers because she was going, this is what goes into it. I said, yeah, it's a peek behind the curtain for somebody that can never see that shit. I've always been about that stuff.
Especially for the drummers with their takes
mm-hmm.
and having to take the takes. I mean, even O'Reilly, I'm sure you're not a one-take drummer.
Do you want me to answer that honestly?
I'm sure that you are such a perfectionist that one of the engineers, did not do something right.
Do you really want me to tell you how I record in the studio?
Yeah, let us all know.
I do 3 takes of every tune and then I move on.
There you go. It's
Really?
efficiency.
Yep.
3.
That's what I do. I've always done it that way.
3 and done.
Now, do you punch stuff in?
I've been pretty fortunate. I have never punched anything that I would even count as being released. I've never punched anything.
Really?
Yeah. Do you know? You've heard the Heaven Hill record, right? Somewhat Civil.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's no punches on that record.
Really?
I did all the.
Where
drum
was that recorded?
In Atlanta.
Really?
Yep. It was all my connections I used down in Atlanta from when I first moved up here.
I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And I did all those tracks in one day. I did 3, moved on, 3, moved on, 3, moved on.
Wow.
I think there's 12 drum. There's 13 tracks on the record. Track 13 doesn't have drums in it.
So you're not taking the third take. You're taking the best of the 3 takes.
Best of the 3.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's just 3.
There's no.
At this point, you've come to the conclusion that it's just going to be 3.
It seemed like a good number. You
like
can't
it.
go wrong.
Yeah.
You can't go wrong with 3.
I mean, Beethoven, 3s. He did it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
He did it.
Really? Is that something? I don't know what that means.
We'll talk about it another time.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll talk about it.
We'll talk about it on his show.
Yeah.
You have to come do my show.
We will.
Absolutely.
So, other than the podcast, I know this has to be taking up a lot of time, but it's a lot of good time that you're spending. And
I will
don't
stay here.
shortchange it.
I will stay here as long as you want.
No, I'm talking about your own podcast.
Oh, my podcast.
So you're staying busy with that,
Yes,
and then Gas Money.
I am.
I got to see you guys right here. I think what was this? A couple months ago? Was the last time y'all were here? 6 weeks ago, something like that.
Yeah.
Had a blast.
Thank you very much.
Songs that I hadn't heard in a long time. They're just pulling them out, annihilating them. What a great act.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
Very professional.
Name all the cats in that band.
It is Chuck Weber on vocals, Jeff Rogers on guitar, Todd O'Mara on guitar, and then Liam Smith on bass, and then my ugly mug in the back.
Sounds great as always. I mean, I love Gas Money. And then this weekend, I think.
This weekend we are actually at the Blind Squirrel Saturday.
I saw that. Mm-hmm. It's going to be fun. A lot of stuff going on this Saturday.
There is a lot of stuff. The Tarc bus reunion. Yeah, I know you guys already talked about that.
Yeah.
And then we've got us, and I think there's isn't there a national coming this Saturday or something? I don't know. Who knows?
I don't know. But Gas Money is at the Blind Squirrel this Saturday.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Nice.
Pull all our 90s music out that makes all the women go, I haven't heard that song in forever. Makes them happy.
And in turn makes you happy.
Keep talking.
Absolutely.
I'm pulling up a list of questions to do round of shots with him.
Uh-oh. Oh, all right.
So you're talking about Heaven Hill.
Yes.
One of the best albums that's come out of Louisville as far as hard rock goes. I really enjoyed it. I was a fanboy back in the day. I listened to it on the Fox, and one of your guitar players, a friend of the show. Mm-hmm. Your guitar player in Heaven Hill is a friend of the show, Chris.
Never heard of him.
Yeah. I heard he plays well.
Never heard of him.
Right.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
His brother's pretty good too.
But yeah, I'm really looking. I'm going home I was boxing up a bunch of CDs because I'm gonna be moving soon, and I found it. I bought it at Ear Ecstasy. I was like, man, now I know these guys. It was really cool. Gave it a listen again, man. It was a lot of fun. Great record.
It is a good record. Obviously it comes across. I'm partial because I played on it, but the biggest reason I think it's a great record is because the guy that produced it and engineered it and mixed it for us is a guy named Ryan Williams out of Atlanta, and he's one of those unsung heroes. He's just a genius. I mean, he heard shit in our songs that we would have never heard.
Yeah.
And he pulled it out of us, and then when we got the mixes back, we were all sitting around going, holy shit. We just couldn't believe how good it sounded.
Right.
That's why it's such a good record. I mean, yeah, we all played our parts great, and the songs are great and everything, but the production on that record is phenomenal. I'd put that production against any, quote, big national artist.
Oh, it was up there. Yeah. Definitely. Production is quality. So other than Gas Money, where can we see you play other than that right now?
That's my main band. I have a duo that I do every few weeks with a guy named Brian White. We're called Cliff Notes.
Cliff Notes.
Cliff Notes. and he starts songs, and I just follow him, and I play.
Okay.
I play a little electric drum kit. It's tiny.
Where have we seen you play? Where are we going to be able to see you play?
I think our next show is at the Levee. I don't have my calendar in front of me, but I
Nice.
think it'll
Okay.
be somewhere midsummer, I believe.
Is there a Facebook page? Is there anything? Do we just follow Stephen O'Reilly right now to find out when that's going to be?
You can follow me anywhere.
And I do.
Yes, you do. I think it's facebook.com/Cliff Notes.
Cliff Notes.
I believe.
So there is a fan page for Cliff Notes.
There is. And
All
then
right,
there's
great.
the Gas Money page, which is facebook.com/Gas Money.
Right.
And your podcast page.
Yes, my podcast page is the address is a little different on that one. It's .com/O'Reilly Drums Barstar, I believe. It's a long one.
But it's the Barstool Podcast on Facebook.
Yeah, if you type in Barstar, you'll find it.
Barstar.
Yeah, not Barstool.
I said, I'm sorry.
Busting your balls on your own show. Maybe I don't want you on my show. Shit.
Yeah,
The editing.
I'll
See?
show up.
The
I'll show
editing.
up.
There it is.
It is. Editing. It's, yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Well, you definitely, the last 30 years, you have been busy. You've played for some of the biggest acts around, locally, regionally.
I've been pretty fortunate.
And we'll edit this out. There's talk about a book.
Oh, you don't have to edit that out.
Okay.
I wrote a book.
Is that out?
Mm-hmm.
You really wrote a book?
I didn't know if you were finished
Straight
with
up,
it yet.
yeah.
Not to imply that you can't write. Just,
So, I mean, is it out? Is it?
Wow. What a bunch of shit.
I was trying to. I mean,
You know the beauty of that, though? That is the reaction I get from everybody. You wrote a book? Yeah, the high school dropout, tattooed white trash piece of shit drummer wrote a book.
all right.
is that the working
are-
title? Right?
No, it is not.
Is there any more adjectives that we can add to that, Eric?
You can call me whatever you want. No, I did. I wrote a book, and it's the title is actually Barstar. No fame, no fortune, no 401k. That's pretty good. You like that, don't you?
Wow.
Yeah.
So
He keeps one-upping us.
I was
So
about.
I feel like our at the start of the show, the podcasts were here. The more he talks, ours is like, it keeps dipping a
that
little
is
bit.
so not true. That is so not true.
So the book is it out? Where do we find it?
It is not available yet. It has not been published yet. I am still in the finding an agent stage, I guess you can call it.
Yeah.
I am unfortunately a niche market because it's a memoir.
Really?
Really?
I did have an agent tell me I should turn it into fiction and base it off of me, which I thought was a good idea, and then I went, and no, that shit took me too long to write. I'm not rewriting it. It's just not going to happen.
Really? Fiction?
Yeah, he said make it a fiction book, and I said no, I'm not interested.
Well, you know, and this is a good thing, and it's a good segue into what I was about ready to drop on the show is that following in the footsteps of Oprah's book club, there is a Shooting from the Lip book club.
Really?
And the inaugural book is going to be Stevens. So
no pressure to get it published. Thanks.
you get a book, and you get a book, and everybody gets a book. And we're gonna put our logo on. You know, it's going to help you sell like dozens.
I'm in tens of tens. I'm in. So in for
Granted,
that.
our logo will probably cover the book title, but it's
Right,
still it would be
Shooting from
I do.
the lip.
I do
It's a
have to.
long name.
I do have to say,
Yeah.
I hate you because your logo is amazing.
You know, I didn't. Do
I
the logo.
love your logo. I
The
really
logo,
do.
I want to say, actually, there's a story behind the logo, and I'll share it.
We'll do that another time. We'll do that on his show.
On his show.
Absolutely.
Yes.
I do love your logo,
Thank
and
you so
I'm not
much.
patronizing you. I'm being serious.
No.
The first time I saw it, I went, "Fuck, that's a good logo." Damn it.
But I love how the mic ties with the lip part. You know, L.
Well, that's the
Yeah, that's the gimmick part of it. Yeah.
yeah.
I came up with that idea just for the record, Eric.
This is the
Right.
part where I just check out and I just listen.
No, this is where Eric and I just start babbling at one another, and he starts shaking his head, and then I'll start shaking my head.
It's amazing. I like it.
All right. So this Saturday
Is that
at the Blind Squirrel out in Milltown, North England Station Road. If you haven't been there,
That place
That's
is
a place.
That place is really cool.
it's a place.
It's a place. I mean,
Yeah.
packs. I mean, the crowd.
The last time we played there in February, there was a 3.5 hour wait.
Yeah.
Now I would love to be arrogant and say that was because of us, but it's not, because their food is amazing.
They have
Food's pretty
such
damn
good
good.
food.
Their food is so good.
Oh man, pork nachos get all in my belly. I love it, man.
Speaking of that movie, that's Fat Bastard, right? You're kind of quoting the Fat Bastard.
Never seen it.
Austin Powers.
Never heard.
What are you calling me?
No, I'm not calling
Dude,
you.
I don't watch movies, man.
Okay. Well, anyways,
I've never seen Star Wars.
Mini Me died the other day. Just saying.
Oh yeah, Mini Me did die.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Anyways,
So we're going to be looking forward to this Saturday at the Blind Squirrel. 9 o'clock showtime?
Yes, we do 2 hour-and-a-half sets instead of the normal 3 hours. No, that's just
Okay, thank you for that.
You're welcome.
So
Thank the owners and the managers of the city that have let me do that.
have you heard the? Speaking of Blind Squirrel, did you hear how the name of that place came about?
No. Why don't you enlighten us?
Have you?
No.
Well, I don't know the exact logic, but it was basically the owner who would tease his wife something about that she could, a blind squirrel could find that or something like that. And that's how. I mean, that was it. That's it. It's had something to do with him saying that to his wife.
Wow.
That even a blind squirrel could find it.
Wow. All right. Cool.
It's pretty
Well,
cool.
so this Saturday, Gas Money
Yes.
doing 2 sets.
Yep, 2
from
hour
9 to 1
Yep.
at the Blind Squirrel. Check them out. If you haven't seen Gas Money, it's absolutely incredible. One of the most premier bands in town, definitely. And O'Reilly. From Baxter's 942 in the Highlands of Louisville, Kentucky, this is Shooting from the Lip Live. My name is Erik McEwen. Right across the table from me is Mr. Kevin Hale. To his left, just for appearances, is Miss Claire Hale. And tell us about who we have this segment.
We have Jim Reskin. Jim, who was at Churchill Downs earlier, right?
Yeah, Wellspring
Yeah.
charity event. I was dressed up just for you. I'm sorry about that.
There you go. Looking good, feeling good. Muse Cruise.
So this is the second annual.
This is our second go-around to create a networking empire for Louisville, Kentucky, the center of the music universe, if I have my way.
And you tied in with the Derby, right? I mean, not officially, but it's around that time of year, right?
It's the time of year, but it specifically, if you look at all the things that are going on, this is for music professionals, most of whom are working their asses off about this time of year. It's a chance to just network, let your hair down if you have any, and relax a bit, meet some other folks that are in the industry, and cross-pollinate, to use a bee term.
Right. I like it. Basically,
It is spring.
it is indeed.
And love is in the air.
Yeah.
So the Muse Cruise, I get the long U, and I get it on Muse Cruise.
Well, if any of you
How do you say it?
I go with Muse, but here you got to remember the thing. Muses are, remember that high school thing, Homer, all that shit? The Muses inspired people to be artists.
Right.
Okay. Now, at that point, I went outside because I went to high school in the 70s, and I don't remember the rest of it, but there's something about muses. Okay. So Muse Cruise is a chance to be inspired for the industry. How's that?
I love it. And it sounds like that's what's happening. And from the success I heard from the first one
Last year.
last year,
First
some good things came of it.
The attitude that came out of it is, this is a really good thing for the community. This is a really good thing for the people who attended. We're hoping for another successful year. We're hoping to build basically a culture of let's get together, let's work together, let's talk about what we're all trying to do, the objectives. I mean, there is absolutely no reason why Louisville can't once again be the center of the music universe. I know there's that, I can't remember there's like a city like 2.5 hours south of here that has kind of music thing going on.
Yeah, it's
You
all
were just-
twangy.
you were-
I got my invite last year, and it was pretty cool. It was on my refrigerators, this little record-looking thing. It was
Yeah.
really cool, and schedule conflicts because it's busy time of year for us. And
That is the point.
And I
It's a-
really wanted to go. Some of my friends were there, said they had a blast.
Yes.
This year it's invite only, which it was last year, right?
Right.
Okay. Musicians in town that are looking to network some more, which this is solely a networking event, from what I understand. Is that right?
Yeah, the idea is that between musicians, owners of venues, agents, bookers, managers, it'd be great if we, some of us are budding label owners or label creators or anybody involved. We all ought to be talking, because you never know when you can help somebody else. Networking is not all about hooking up one-to-one. It's about, I've got this friend who needs you. And I think the Muse Cruise is basically evolving to be that solution.
And I like the premise of it, and I'm glad you said it. It's not all a bunch of producers and writers and musicians on a cruise. There's everybody in the music scene involved. Right. And what you're doing is what it sounds like, and what I like is you're sequestering these guys on like 4 walls. You're on the river right now.
Well, here's the thing. As long as this is not live, and I'm assuming it's not, the truth is we're going to go halfway down the Ohio, we're going to shut the boat off, and we're going to turn off the motors, and nobody comes home unless we make a deal. Oh, I'm sorry. Was that?
No, we're live, by the way, Jim. I just figured I'd throw that in later.
But the idea is...
No, we're not live. Let's get more juice.
Okay.
TMZ stuff.
Well, this is a great idea. And some of the people I know that are a part of it, I'm sure there are a lot more people, big influences on the music community from different angles, I guess is the right way to say it, all together to do something good, to make this the center of and that place down south is nothing compared to what's going to happen here.
Yeah, I think it's entirely reasonable for Louisville to regain that throne. Why not? I mean, Nashville is doing pretty good. I can give them a little bit of credit there. Atlanta, they're okay. But the reality is we have a really good, friendly community, and the more we get to know each other, I mean, I'll take a second out and kind of give the props to Wes Allen and Eastwood Records, the lead guy.
Eastwood,
lead guy that's orchestrating this. But I mean, if I can point out, like a sponsor, I'm not getting paid, but I'll say, like Doo-Wop. That's something that any musician's going to think, oh gosh, they're pretty good guys to step up. Mom's Music, they're pretty good guys to step up. That's the type of relationships that we can foster. There are other cities, again, no offense to the folks that drive 2.5 miles to the other place, that do it better than we have in the past. That's about to end. We're doing it very well. We're talking to each other. We're saying, hey, can you help my guy? I've got a lyricist that needs some help. I've got you had Stephen O'Reilly sitting here. If he's looking for the next opportunity, he mentioned it off the record, so I won't say it in front of the mic, but he mentioned, the next opportunity to be involved in Crossfade before it becomes Crossfade. You never know how those relationships evolve into the next superstar band. We've had enough come out of Louisville that relationship building is valuable for all of us.
Absolutely, and what you're doing right now with this is like I've said, and I'm going to say it again, it's an incredible idea, and we're at the forefront right now of what I see as a big revolution in Louisville for original artists doing original things and producing, and being able to and have the ability to produce what they've been working on their whole life.
Yeah,
and you're fostering that.
We're trying to when you talk about originality, I'll give one mention and then you can jump into the next question. But the idea of crossing genres. If you get enough people in the room, you're going to get the country guys looking at the hip hop guys and saying, "Let's work together." And I think that's another part of relationship building.
Oh, absolutely. So this is something that's going to be happening, looks like May 1st.
May 1st, Tuesday, a week
Next
from
Tuesday,
tonight.
yeah, a week from
tonight. Boat pulls out about 6 o'clock. We'll come back after everybody's made a deal. After parties at Diamonds here on just down the street on Baxter, and should be a pretty good opportunity to, as I said, relax a bit. Most of the folks that are in this industry work their asses, or going to either they're playing at parties or they're going to parties, but they're working this week.
So basically, people that are on the boat should just ignore the guys with the AR-15s. Yeah, that's not part of the.
I can't cut your mic, even though I want to
why do
so
you
badly. But the sponsors of this are great. Baladin is an incredible,
good tasting.
Yeah, there's so many different flavors. I don't know if you'd call it bourbon, but I mean it's
Chocolate bourbon, man. You know,
so good.
Yeah.
And on top of that, you have FBK as a part of it, Wes and Eastwood. This is really cool. And plus, Crosley's involved, and I have a Crosley. I have a Crosley C100 at home right now that I was using the other day, and I love what they're doing too.
I do want to ask. This is your second time around.
Yes.
Without talking about the last time, what will be something you can share that's different this time around than the last?
You know, I mean, we don't plan it down to a T. What we try and do is create a culture. In addition, people are supposed to have a good time. There are going to be acts. Wes has brought a few of his artists in to play. It's a great opportunity for them.
Exactly.
But more the atmosphere of just relaxing. I don't know, because it's not perfectly orchestrated. I mean, if a band is playing,
The benefit here last Thursday at Baxter's. I walk in at 7-ish. It started at 6. I walk in at 7.
Why didn't you come pick me up?
You were nowhere to be found, Erik. I couldn't find you. You were like...
I told you what happened. I told you what happened. That was fucked up.
Yeah.
I felt bad, but I made up for it.
But you know what? I'm thinking if you showed up, we might have violated the OSHA laws. We were that close. I mean, it was like...
There's no OSHA law. You talking about fire marshal?
Well, whatever. Yeah.
God bless, brother.
I heard this tagline from Chase Skinner. We had to work his name into this show. Butts to nuts.
Butts to nuts. That's a Skinnerism.
It was so crowded. He called it butts to nuts, and it was. And it was a good crowd.
We can't get away from Skinnerisms on this show. Love you, Chase.
Skinnerisms?
Skinnerisms.
Yeah. It's a new STD. That's good. Joking. Sorry, Chase. Love you. I'll see you Friday.
Don't say that, because
don't fire me.
My daughter is here. And
right.
You know how that's all played
anyway,
it could be a good band name. Skinnerisms.
Here we are tonight.
You're editing that out. So tell us who your guests are right now.
We wanted to recap the benefit, Men Noah's Heart benefit. And if you're going to recap it, you got to go to the sources. We have Miss Judy, Miss Lauren. They're both here.
Hey.
Miss Judy, who is the mama of Noah, and then Miss Lauren, the sister, and celebrating a birthday. Speaking of birthday, let's go and get this out of the way.
Lauren and I were talking.
Okay.
Can we sing happy birthday? No. I don't know. I guess you guys can.
Well, no, we have to pay for that.
Oh, you have to? Is that like an ask? What was that? What is that thing?
I believed you kind of for 2 seconds. I was like, shit.
No, you actually get it for like 2 seconds. That's all you get.
All right. So
nobody gives a fuck about us, though.
Today's her birthday. Yesterday was mine.
Yesterday was your birthday. You were the birthday girl yesterday.
I was the birthday girl yesterday.
So Judy is a great singer.
She is.
That's true.
I can't do the
her
solo.
idea.
Come on. You gotta help me.
That would make me feel
I
uncomfortable.
Can't sing. So channel your inner Marilyn Monroe.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Lauren and Kevin.
It's his birthday too?
Yesterday.
Oh, sorry.
Happy birthday to you. Cheers to us.
Here we are. I asked Heather to hook
Happy
us up with some
birthday.
shots, birthday shots, and you already
Let's
know
see.
what this
It's
is.
a mystery. No, it's a mystery.
Oh God, why does Heather do this stuff?
Diabetes.
What is this? You are bartenders. What is this?
It is.
That is
It's cake.
a birthday cake. isn't
Cake,
it?
vodka, and pineapple.
It does have a little birthday cake kind of taste. Here I asked the ladies, Eric, to come on, Judy, Lauren, to come on, and we want to recap the event. It was huge. I get
So much fun.
here 7-ish. It is already kicking ass.
Right.
Judy, you were here from the get-go for the long haul. Was it everything you thought it would be?
It was absolutely amazing. Very, very, very humbling, and then very encouraging at the same time. So many musicians and so many friends that I've made over the years, and people I didn't even know that just came up and hugged me and hugged you and hugged everybody that helped with this event and thanked them. The whole goal was to help Noah, and it's helped him more ways than one.
He was here for a little bit, right?
He had fun
Yes.
for a while, yeah.
There's a great picture of him and Albert, as in Einstein.
Yes.
You said,
I saw that.
I love that bit.
Of course, Noah didn't know who that was, but you know.
That's why he was looking at him that way.
Like, what are you doing?
Noah was looking
sir?
at him like, do you know who I am? And it's like, put 9 seconds. But
I love how random Albert Einstein was at the event.
whose idea was that?
I think it was Stevens, I believe, which makes sense in a way. Very random.
Lauren, your take. You were here.
Oh my gosh. I mean, number one, besides how amazing it was, the money that was raised and how generous everyone was, I had a blast. Like, I had so much fun because the energy of the room was so positive that it was just like, there wasn't a bad time to be had. I mean, people were there to raise money for Noah, and people were there to have fun at the same time and listen to great music, which was all happening.
Now I heard a rough number of what was raised. I don't know if it's something that needs to be shared, but if you want to, great. But it was astonishing the number that I
Yeah.
heard. And,
Bigger than a bread box?
We were surprised. Very,
bigger than
very
your
surprised.
ass. Yeah. Like,
Huge.
huge. So yeah, congratulations on.
Noah wanted to know. He was like, "Can I buy Legos with all of that?" He was like, "Oh my god!" I was like, "No."
One Lego. That's it. Sorry, everybody.
The record with the Lego thing. I got to get this out because when he was on the show, to me, this is my sixth sense of humor. Have you stepped on any of his Legos in the middle of the night?
I step on them all the time.
I asked that last time when he was
Did
on
you?
here.
No,
What's your dumb ass?
No, you asked. Did you ask Judy?
Yeah.
I don't remember that, but anyway.
I rolled my eyes at you. I was like,
That's a Noah eye roll. He does that
Not
shit
the
all the
first
time.
time.
Stepping on him in the middle of the night when you're not expecting to step on him.
Well, there's no lighting in my mom's house. It's basically like the 1800s. I swear it's all candle lit. So I literally walk in there immediately. I'm stubbing my toe on something.
it's like a
and-
beautiful bar lit 11 p.m.
Yeah, you look great. Everybody looks wonderful in the lighting of your house, but you can't see the Legos. Very dangerous. It draws blood. It's not good.
Blood.
You step on them and then you just free fall.
I step on them and just the biggest rage of anger. Just I'm like, ugh, what is this pain? It's man-made pain,
Correct me if I'm wrong. He actually, you all auctioned off Legos that he had signed, like
And he built them.
that he built.
Yeah. He was very proud of them. He wanted to know if he could bid on them to win them back,
Nice.
since they were his works of art.
And you said,
Well, no.
No, well, you know what? The pricing we put on the Legos that he made, we put $1 million on all of them for the silent auction. We're like, they are worth $1 million, so you guys just go off of that number and bid on that.
Well, I mean, if he's got the money, he definitely should. He was such a great guest on the show. I mean, all that personality. So he was here. Like, that's my favorite.
It's been a while since I heard a cat in heat.
Is that the highest viewed
Yes.
download? Is that the most numbers we've had from any podcast?
Yes.
Yes.
We've had over 2,200 views.
Really?
We got to get him on. Judy, get him on.
Oh no.
And I'm so sorry I wasn't able to make it. It was because I did solicit donations though, so I don't feel too terrible for not.
Can you share? No, you can share.
I don't want to share. No, I don't. No, I don't.
Okay.
No, it was, but Mexican food and margaritas before I got here.
That's what I did too.
Yeah, man, and it kept
With some hippie lettuce.
No,
No, the hippie
no, I
lettuce.
don't.
The
smoke
devil's
weed.
lettuce.
The devil's lettuce.
I don't smoke weed. I'm an adult.
Me too.
But definitely, congratulations on such an incredible event.
Yeah, man. I mean, thank you guys.
By the way, I don't know how long ago this was. I just have to tell the Lip Nation.
Yeah.
Fuck, how long ago was it? 7-8 years ago. It was to the day.
Well, I'm 26 now, and it was.
So then
I
it was 5
21.
years ago. Jesus
yeah,
Christ.
yeah.
Sorry.
Not that
1
long.
year
So-
behind.
5 years ago is the first day to the day of when I met Lauren in this
In
building.
this bar. Yeah.
This bar. What was the?
It was her
occasion?
21st birthday.
My 21st birthday. I came here, and I mean, you know, I just moved here from Iowa, so I came to this bar, and I was like, "Wow, big city!" And I just I had a limo outside for all of my friends. I just moved here, granted, so I knew nobody.
So all of your mom's friends.
Yeah, so it's just a reminder that I had no friends. It's like, here's a limo to fill with all of your friends that you don't have yet because you've been here for fucking 5 months.
That time you didn't know Kevin at that time, right?
No, I knew of him. They're like, this is the man that will just stare into your soul as he sings. Like, that's all I knew about him at that moment. And I'd seen him sing a couple of times, but that was about it.
Right on.
I was so excited on their first date.
Oh yeah, you were there on our first date.
Wait a minute, you were there on their first day. What's that mean?
Awkward.
I made them come to my bar.
Oh, at Bistro?
We saw Chase Skinner. We watched Chase Skinner at Bistro 42 on our first date.
You know what? We have. Check this out, guys.
I cannot
Between
get away from
Eric,
them.
It's the
Judy,
Skinnerism.
Lauren, Claire. There is what the 6 degrees of Chase Skinner. We have established that now.
He has a contagious personality. He's so fun and likable. I love him.
We do love.
He's amazing.
Chase is amazing.
Yes.
Yes, and he pays very well, and I love him
And
very
what's
much.
funny is that as we're talking about Chase, Tom and Donna, his parents, are watching the same.
Hey guys.
We love you, Tom and Donna.
Kinley says, "Happy birthday, Lauren."
Oh,
Wish
love
I
you,
wasn't
Kinley.
sick.
Oh, I wish you weren't sick. Get better. Get
I'll
better,
bring you
bitch.
chicken noodle in a little bit.
Yes. Bring me chicken noodle too.
Nice.
I'm healthy, but I need it.
Real quick,
All right.
Judy, where do we go from here with Noah?
There's Noah.
That mouse guitar solo is distracting us.
Cummings. He's my favorite. He snored.
I love the story.
Give it up for Eric McEwen over there on the mic.
Eric McEwen.
All right, I'm gonna calm down. Fuck off, Judy.
Where do we go from here? All we're trying to do right now is, again, every day that we wake up, we just try to put one foot in front of the other. Every day's a new day. We're waiting right now. We should find out this next week on where we're going to be. So,
Absolutely.
What are we waiting on exactly?
Yeah, what are we?
it's kind of a really difficult explanation.
Yeah, it's hard to explain. I've tried to explain it to people. It's not black and white.
Okay, so so Noah has a very, very intricate heart condition. So for him to be put on the transplant list, it's just like it's not a normal person being put on the transplant list. He's been cut and redone in so many different ways, and his body has been it's nothing like any of ours. So whenever we are looking for a heart donor, we're not just looking for a heart donor, we're looking for extra pieces here and there that they've cut and that they've taken away.
Really? Oh, wow.
And things like that. So
They've rewired his whole body, basically.
and so we have to have a donor that we're going to take the heart from them, but they can't have the lungs because he needs part of that stuff too. So they are basically what they've done in the past 3 weeks is they have mapped out his whole entire body. Everything from the veins in his arms, the arteries, the blood vessels, everything, how every little piece of his body flows. And they've mapped that all out, and they are going to learn that, and whenever they're ready to do the transplant, they'll know how to do it.
Now, just from my experience with him, even though this is, for somebody his age, is got to be the worst shit ever, his attitude has got to be so infectious among everybody trying to help him, and that has to speak testaments, not volumes, but testaments about his attitude towards everything. Is he
and the
still
support, the family support?
No, absolutely, yeah. But at 7 years old, is he still with this? I wouldn't say gregarious, because it's really hard to be with all this shit going on, but as much as he can be.
He's pretty awesome. He walks into a room in the hospital. I mean, I pull him in his little wagon. We go in there at 6 o'clock in the morning. He's fist bumping people as he goes through. He's like, hey.
Yeah. I mean, he goes through stages of, being annoyed, but he shows it in kind of a comical way, A nurse comes in he doesn't really want to talk to, and he just kind of gives them like just a stank face, like, nah, not about it today.
I've seen that face before.
Exactly. But that's about it.
But I mean, what an amazing human. I mean, not just
exactly.
an amazing kid.
Thank you for saying
spirit.
amazing human.
Because he is, and from the, I mean, my first meeting with, he's incredible.
Yeah.
And I'm so glad that he's gotten the support from everybody in this town that he deserves, and he deserves a lot more. And my prayers go out there.
Well, thank you. This city has been so supportive of our family and everything.
There you go. Yeah. If he keeps doing those breakdancing videos, that one in some history there, and I appreciate that. I'm just the video where he's doing the robot. Your brother. Good God.
He kills it, man. He kills it.
And again, you said this is, and I think what you all talked about this when he was here. That's half a heart. What's going to happen when he gets right?
He's just going to be even, more of a big personality.
They make these things where you can put a leash on them.
Now you're like, that's a fishing reel you're doing.
Bring him back in.
Introducing, you're gonna come up with a new invention. Instead of the leash on a child, it's gonna be like you're just fishing your child, like fly fishing.
What's a bad day for Noah like? What does he?
He just gets grumpy.
Tell me something that he would complain or.
You know what he does when he gets grumpy is he just he becomes a robot. Like he just like stands there. Like today he came over to my house and he just had his medicine, so it makes him a little grumpy. And I'm so excited to see him. It's my birthday. I'm like, hey, he's just standing out on my front porch. I'm like, hey, come in here, and he just stands there, and I'm like, okay, whatever. I just shut the door. I'm like, bye, nice to see you. And I'm just like watching him out the window. He's just still standing there. Like that's what he does. He just he likes to try to get us to be like, hey, just come in here. But I mean, basically that's all it consists of. Is he just gets kind of asshole-ish sometimes.
Well, that means he's a normal guy, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
He's on his way to being one of us.
The medicine has been a whole new learning curve. Should I tell the story about the medicine?
Real quick, yes, I'd like to know. Please. No. Lauren, stop. This is... Come on, what's the medicine like?
No. He'd kill me.
He'll kill you. I mean, he's not even listening.
Let's just say that the medicine has some adverse side effects that would be very confusing to have as a child. That's basically all it is. I mean, it would be terrible the amount of medication that he takes for us as adults to take, and just imagine the side effects we would have. So it's like, as a kid, he's like, what the fuck is going on with my body? Yeah. Okay. So I mean, yeah, it's just
I can't imagine.
It's some interesting shit.
Is it really kind of like a 24/7 ordeal.
It is.
Take
It
care of
is,
it.
yeah.
Around the clock. I have alarms.
Even when you go, I know.
I got to go up there and sing, but thank you for having me up here,
Yeah,
man.
we'll check you out in a little bit.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Lauren.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Love you, Lala. Love you.
La la. We'll finish up, Judy. Just real quick. Medicine. I'm. I guess this is just curiosity. What is a day like? What is he dealing with? From the time he wakes up, is there all these certain meds that, is he on some kind of a crazy regimen that, is...
It is. He takes over 20 medications a day, and that's around the clock. So it's just real living.
It is. And moments like this, situations like this, clearly puts things in perspective. What matters, what doesn't matter.
It does. And sometimes in life you have to remember it's the cards you're dealt, and that's how people live sometimes. So you need to look at people in a different manner. You never know what they're going through on the other side.
You don't, yeah. And that's, yeah.
So anyway, I hope you had a wonderful birthday yesterday.
I did. I'm here tonight celebrating my birthday, with Lauren and Kevin. I love these guys. Judy, I love you. Much love, support to you, your family. Obviously, anything that we can do to help promote anything that you got going on.
I do want to say that Jill's Wish has a big thing on Saturday this weekend.
Bart was here to start the show. Did you get?
I was sitting out talking with him out there.
That's
what an amazing cause!
Huge. Yeah.
And then some of the Shirley's Ways stuff that's coming up. Amazing. I can't say enough good stuff about them.
Well, Jill's Wish, Shirley's Way. There is some besides the charities. The organizations that help people. Again, props to the musicians. There's so many people that in this town that just step up to the plate and help out their fellow do the right thing because they can.
And they do. And they show up, and the people, their supporters show up in droves. And Louisville, I'm blown away every year from Murph to Shirley's Way to everything that these musicians are putting out there. They're giving back. That they get from everybody, they're putting back out there. And that's what this community is about. And Louisville is very blessed to have this.
Egos are in check, everything.
Oh, it's all absolutely.
All good.
Absolutely.
Again, from us to you, much love. Much love to you, Noah, your family. Again, last Thursday, huge. We're going to keep up. I want to keep up with Noah. We got to bring him on periodically just to get the Noah experience.
I won't feed him candy next time.
Sound effects. Well, those sound effects are amazing.
Yeah, we're going to capture those again. So, Judy, thanks again for summing up everything. Anything else that you want to talk about?
No, I thank everybody from the bottom of our hearts.
Well, that speaks a lot.
Her birthday girl brings her mom, for example. You kind of know how the evening's going to evolve. We won't have it quite as tightly structured. It's more a matter of putting a bunch of people in the room, letting the creativity flow. Yes, Wes is bringing some of his bands, and they're good folks, and they're great to listen to. But the key is that people are going to get together and talk. And I think the answer is, we will know the answer a week later.
I'm not trying to toot someone's horn here, Eric, but I'll get to bring us out here. Jim is kind of a big deal in town.
So what we're going to do, Jim, after the Derby, and we know you're so busy with everything you have going. After that, I want you to come back, and we've talked about this, and there's some mutual friends that we have that you work with that I would love, and I'm going to reach out to all of them individually. Would love for us to sit around and talk about all the other great things that are going on in Louisville right now, but on the forefront is this amazing event, the Muse Cruise.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, and everybody in the Lip Nation should be looking forward to see the relationships that are fostered from this. So this is going to be happening next week. Yes.
Next Tuesday.
Next Tuesday.
Another example of where you have an individual that's doing his part to promoting the local scene,
and that's what it's about. And we thank you so much for that, Jim. And thank you for stopping by and making time to spend with us.
Absolutely.
And
thanks for
in
the
a couple
beer.
of weeks.
This was, I think it was on Kevin's tab. That was you told me to.
Not my tab, but Kevin's. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So definitely, can we see you here after Derby?
Absolutely.
Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for all you're doing for Louisville music. I thank you as a musician for what you're doing. And we're going to take a short break. We have another segment coming up, and this has been Shooting from the Lip live at Baxter's 942 in the Highlands of Louisville, Kentucky.
Mr. Stephen O'Reilly.
Well, I'm not
with the Bar Star podcast.
So check out the Bar Star podcast right after you listen to Shooting from the Lip.
Yeah.
We will be back momentarily. Anything else, Stephen, that you have for us?
No, I'm really curious about this round of shots thing, though. I think you're going to throw
let's
me
do
into
it
the
real
bus.
quick.
Okay,
No,
we're
gotta do it
definitely
real quick.
doing that.
All right,
Okay,
round
here
of
we
shots.
go.
This is kind of a quick Q&A.
Oh, shit.
First concert you attended?
Metallica and Queensryche.
Yeah. No.
Yes, I
Where?
had to think about it.
Where?
Charlotte?
here?
No,
Oh, no.
Charlotte, North Carolina.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not from here. I've only been here 11 years.
Really? Okay. Perfect pizza topping.
Cheese plus fucking cheese.
I love the fucking cheese.
No, it's
Okay.
no, it's not, because anything else you put under the cheese makes it perfect.
What are
See
you
how
putting
I-
under the cheese?
Round of shots. Here we go.
Round of shots. Come on, dude. Don't make
A
me host your own
superpower-
damn show.
A superpower you wish you had.
Invisibility.
It's a good one.
What was the last picture you took with your phone? Be honest.
Picture my drums.
Drums?
Straight up.
Okay.
That sounds like O'Reilly.
Unfortunately, it does.
If you had access to a time machine, you could go anywhere in the past, and you're going there to just
The 50s.
50s?
The 50s.
Okay.
Absolutely.
What about what? I'm real quick. Just this. Is, what about the 50s?
The 50s is when music started to change.
That is true. That's true. Those were the round of shots with Mr. Stephen O'Reilly.
All right. Once again, this Saturday at the Blind Squirrel, Gas Money will be there at 9 o'clock. Thank you once again, Steve. This is Shooting from the Lip live at Baxter's 942. We're going to take a really short break.